Oh crap!
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, see, it's not the right camera. I feel like we have to look up, to the other camera. But whatever. We're here, and
We are here.
barely.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's me too because I
My
slept
phone was on loud too.
You must be a heavy sleeper.
I'm not.
But do you sleep through like tornadoes? Cause
No.
I feel like I usually sleep through tornadoes, so I'm surprised I don't miss my alarm more often. But I don't know. But we've both had a rough night.
My hair looks really dark.
I know. I'm telling you, I feel
at
like the
my
light
hair.
is weird in here or something.
Look how
No,
dark
both
it
of those
looks.
lights are on. I don't know.
I look like I have really dark hair.
It does kind of look dark. I think it's that camera, though. I'm telling you, because I think we got the cameras mixed up. But anywho's. So, yeah, last day of school, which is super exciting. And we have a couple of first graders now, which does not seem possible. Is it just me, or did kindergarten just, like, fly by? I'm like, hold on a second. Dude, wait, what? Did I miss something?
Where did they go?
I know. It's so crazy that they're getting so old. It's weird. It's weird.
Bad for Parker.
I know. So Parker got sick. He got a little tummy bug. And so
It's been going around like crazy.
I hate that. I absolutely hate it. And so, of course, the last day of school he's going to miss because he was had a rough night last night, let's say. But hopefully, usually those little tummy bugs, they don't last too long. So hopefully it'll come and go.
I wonder if he got it from school.
I mean, I'm assuming, and I hope he doesn't give it to Alex. I don't know.
That'd
But
be
he just
a really fun way to bring in the weekend.
I know. I was gonna say Memorial Day weekend, and we're supposed to relax and do stuff. And
We're going to the zoo tomorrow.
oh well, maybe not. You might have to make other plans. Prepare yourself for that. So,
Well, we all just had the stomach bug though. Curtis ended up getting it. This week.
I don't think you said that on your show or on the show that you guys
Not yet.
you
Not
have
yet.
news. So yeah,
Yes.
we can talk about let's segue in.
Let's just jump right in.
I know you shared it on your page and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, but we hadn't talked about it yet.
Yes, my secret admirer or
Your what?
I said secret admirer.
Oh.
It's not.
I was like, I thought you were talking about Cinco de Mayo, and I thought you were saying that you put it on Facebook on Cinco de Mayo. Okay, forget it.
Yes.
Over my head.
Yes. I am together again with the ex.
With the ex.
The ex that I, talked a lot of smack on this show.
But to be fair, I feel like what you talked about was how hurt you were, and you were talking
Yeah.
about forgiveness and all that stuff. So it wasn't necessarily anything bad,
Yes.
like about his personality. It was like,
No, I mean,
this is shocking, and how do I get through it, and all that stuff.
He watched a couple of those episodes.
And that made him want to change?
No, it definitely it hurt. And then of course some of his family had watched them because he showed them in hot water.
Yeah.
But in all fairness, when I was sharing, it was because of a deep hurt.
Yeah.
And I wanted to use what I was going through as my testimony.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to stop sharing things because of it, because I knew that I was helping people that were listening and reading the things that I was sharing. But yeah, so.
And everything's going good.
Yeah, my apologies, hun.
And you've been doing counseling and stuff?
Yes, we've been doing counseling.
Good.
So the goal, is to get back to the finish line. But right
And I'm
now,
sure the boys are loving it.
yeah.
That's good. That's so good.
Yeah, they're really excited.
Does it feel like it's back to normal yet, or you feel like you still got some work to do?
I mean, I'm starting to feel like it's more back to normal, but yet different this time. And I feel like he kind of feels the same way, but I also know that, like, when he left, he really distanced himself from, like, being a husband and stuff like that. And so I know that it's taking him a little bit longer, and that's totally fine. So
It is a shocker, though. I mean, whenever you are married and then you have that freedom, you know what I mean? It's kind of, I mean, I'm sure it's nice to have freedom.
yeah,
And then
I didn't have freedom.
and then you come back and then it's like, oh, I have responsibilities again.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I'm sure that's probably a struggle. What does it say? Oh, new is always better. There we go.
He wrote that.
Hey.
I know you're on.
Okay, maybe we should change the subject. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, that's good. I'm so glad.
Always better.
I'm so happy for you guys, and I think everyone else has been very supportive
Yeah.
as well, which is super good.
Yeah, because before we shared, I had mentioned to him, I was like, a while ago, I'm like, when we shared, he's like, well, you're probably going to get some people out of the woodwork saying, like, don't do it. And I'm like, no, like, my people are.
Yeah.
I did tell you to watch, so I'm glad you're watching. I appreciate it.
Well, and who cares? Oh, I see the other camera down here. Is that our other
That's
camera?
what I accidentally pressed when I said share screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is that the other camera?
That's the other camera. So who knows what we're doing here? I don't know. Anyway, I'm so sorry. I got sidetracked. But, and I lost my train of thought.
New is always better.
But, so you told him to watch. I don't think Phil's watching because I think Phil's sleeping because whenever I left, both kids were still sleeping. So I like tiptoed out of the house. But our back door is so like loud whenever you open. It's like, I was tiptoeing and I was like, I think I'm going to make it out of here. No one's going to wake up. And then it's like, ah! I'm like echoes throughout the house. But anyways, well, good. We're very happy for you. And we hope to, see how it goes, and it'll be exciting because eventually it'll lead to another proposal and another marriage and wedding and all that stuff. And,
hear that, honey?
and a fresh start, a fresh start.
New is always better.
So that's so good. Yeah.
Yes.
So other than the zoo, do you guys have any plans this weekend?
Well, we have our date night tonight. You see Top Gun.
Oh, that's right.
So my parents saw it last night. They don't ever see movies.
Yeah.
And my dad actually posted on Facebook how awesome it was.
Ooh,
so
that's
that
good.
must mean, he said it was a really good mix of the old and new.
Good. Okay.
He said there was like not a moment. Remember the Friends line with Chandler? When he and Monica are, they're talking about
water.
Yeah, it's our inside joke because we talk in Friends lines,
right?
But when he and oh my gosh, why am I blinking?
I was like, I don't even know. I love
Monica
Friends.
Are talking about moving forward, and she tells him, I'm nervous because we're not going to be with anyone else. How's that going to be? And he's like, we're going to have plenty of firsts.
Oh yes,
and she's
yes.
She says something like, when we have kids, and
yes.
he's like, water.
Yes.
Water.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I remember that. Yeah, because he was feeling pressure.
Yes.
Yeah. So does that mean Curtis is feeling pressure? Is that what it's saying?
It's just more of it's more of a joke. He's fine. He'll be fine.
He's fine.
He's fine.
It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good in the hood.
But yeah, Maverick. So yeah,
yes.
I don't think I've even seen a trailer. I didn't even know it was even a thing. I must be living under a rock.
They've been talking about this movie for
I know. I don't know where I've been.
A couple years.
I don't know where I've been. So Tom Cruise is actually in it?
Yes.
Okay, so it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
Did you watch the first one on Netflix to prepare yourself?
No, I wanted to, and then I kept forgetting.
Yeah, well,
but
and
it's fine.
You have 3 kids, so it's understandable. Yeah.
A lot of kids.
Yeah, a lot of kids.
Plus the daycare kids.
Well, and whenever Parker's over there, and then, Sydney and Holly. The other day, Sydney and Holly came to my house, and I'm like, okay, there's just too many. There's too many of them. And then Lane's tried to sleep, and it was, anyway. Yeah.
I'm surprised they went over there.
Yeah, I know, just for a little bit, though. It wasn't very long. But it's just
I
feel like your house is a revolving door.
It is.
Of just hey, we're going to go over there and play for a little bit, and then, anyway.
And everyone shows up.
Yeah, they do. It's very inviting. You have your garage door open, and they see you out there, and then they just go. It's like,
but even when it's closed,
like Ace Ventura when all the animals come. It's like,
even when the garage door's closed, and it's like, knock, knock, doorbell. And I'm like, it's 6:30. It's dinner time. Why are you knocking on my door?
Parker's guilty of that too. I'm so sorry.
He's fine. Usually he's here before dinner.
Oh, okay, yeah. And I try to do that because then we're trying to do dinner, you know. Anyway.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
Because they have all summer.
Is Alex ready for the last day of school? Has he said much about it?
He's been so pumped.
Aww.
Every single day he's like, I have a day and I have a day. And this morning he woke up, he goes, I only have half a day and then it's summer.
Yeah.
I was
Parker said, it's almost summer. And then he said, yeah, time for sleepovers.
Yeah.
He's like so excited.
Alex thought that he and Parker were having a sleepover this weekend. And I was
no.
like, it's in a couple days. When's a couple days? I said, in a couple days. He's like, when?
I wasn't sure.
It's a couple.
I wasn't sure if you were going to tell Alex about it. And so I said, hey, don't tell. I said, I'm going to tell you a secret, but don't tell Alex. So I told him about it. And then he was like, oh, yes. So, but we'll see. He will probably end up spilling the beans.
Well, I ended up telling Alex because he kept asking me about a sleepover. And I'm like, no, tonight you're going to Mimi's house because Daddy and I are going on a date.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's so cool. And then he's like, and then tomorrow we'll have sleepover with Parker. And I was like, what? Because they were very stuck on they were going to have a sleepover the last day of school.
Oh, that makes sense now. Yeah. Because I was like, hold on a second. You're not having a sleepover?
I know. I'm like, Wednesday. And he's like, how long? I said, I don't know. Count your days. And he's like, how many sleeps? I'm like, 6 sleeps.
Now he's going to like start marking them off. You know,
Yeah.
They're so cute. I can't wait for them to have sleepovers and just the whole thing.
When
for
Parker
the whole
showed
summer.
up in his Minecraft PJs, he
Oh.
walks in and Alex goes, look, I've got Minecraft. And he goes, so do you. And Parker's like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like,
How funny is that? Man, they are like totally best friends. But yeah, they're so cute together. I can't wait for the summertime. It's going to be awesome.
it's going to be good.
They're I can't believe they're first graders. It's just wild. It's wild to me. I know. And then, Aiden's coming up and he'll be, I'm sure, in kindergarten before you know it. And then
He only is a
Andrew
year.
and all that stuff. I can't believe
I
it.
won't lie, though. I'm looking forward to Andrew going to kindergarten.
Is he a handful?
See you later, buddy.
He's a handful. Hey, side note. So we were talking about the boys not sleeping because you said they crawled in bed with you.
All of them.
Knock on wood, we've gotten Parker to a good place. Well, Alex doesn't come in there.
No,
so,
Alex
they're
sleeps.
older now and
Yeah,
stuff.
Alex sleeps.
But I found a podcast. My friend told me about a podcast called I think it's like How to Have a New Kid by Friday or something like that. And he wrote a book too, but I'm not a reader. So I went to Tulsa yesterday.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
It was good, but just very exhausting because whenever I go for work,
and come back.
well, and I go there for work and I have all these meetings and then you have to come back and then you have to like implement everything you just talked about in the meeting. And so I'm like, oh crap, like today is going to be hard because I was up all night with Parker and then I'm like, okay, now I got to focus on work because we're off next week and all that. Me and Phil are off next week. But anyways, I've been listening to this podcast and so he's got some awesome ones about just how to manage kids and like how to fighting bedtime and all that. And then he talks about allowance. I haven't listened to that one yet, but we are going to start allowance at like a legit allowance, like chore chart.
Probably do that for Alex.
Yeah. And then my friend told me that I guess either she read the book or her sister read the book and trying to figure out allowance because I said, I want him to save it up and I don't want him to blow it on things that like if we go to Dollar General or something and he sees like a tiny little thing and I'm like, that's just going to go in the trash. Like you're not going to value that. And so I said, which my friend has 5 kids. And so I said, well, what did you do? She goes, well, here's what you need to do. Like, first of all, to train them, I guess, to do their chores, like line it all up, say we're going to start Monday. Mm-hmm. Line it all up and give everything a price tag. So if you feed the dog, that's $0.25. Or if you brush your teeth in the morning, that's 50 cents. Or if you make your bed, that's 50 cents. Or you pick up your toys. So everything has a price. Everything has a value. And you don't remind your kids and you don't nag them. You don't ask them to do it. You make them do it. And if they don't, then you do it. You don't say anything. But if you do it, then they owe you. So you tally up all your money, you tally up all the chores, and then at the end of the week, you go, okay, you did all your chores this week, so here's what I'm giving you, but I did your chores, so you owe me. And then you take the money back, okay? So that's step 1 that we're going to try to do. Ooh. And then step 2 is whenever he does have his money, 50%, and you can do whatever fits your family, 50%, he needs to save it. Because like he wants to save up and buy like a Nintendo Switch, which is like $300 or something. But that's the only thing he's ever had his mind set on. So he goes,
I would have fun with that.
Yeah. So, but he already has a tablet. And I'm like, he doesn't need another doohickey to just sit on his butt, Yeah. So I've been trying to get creative too whenever I'm like on looking at stuff on Amazon. And I'm like, Parker, you would like one of these. So we've started an Amazon wish list for him. And so he's seen some things on Amazon because he's like, wait a minute. He'll grab my phone. He's like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. And then he keeps scrolling and I'm like, welcome to the world of Amazon. So we're building a list in Amazon. So it's stuff that it's more manageable. Like there's things in there for like $35 that he could save up because it's going to be a lot to save up to like $300. So, but you take 50% and you say, okay, we're going to put this aside for what you really want. And then this other 50% you can spend. So whenever we go to Dollar General or if we're in town or whatever you see, you want to buy it with that money, that's fine. But that way you're teaching them to save, but you're also letting them spend their money too. Because that's not a lot of fun if you're doing your chores and then you don't get to enjoy any of your money. You know what I mean?
See, Alex has all that money saved up from the last few months.
Has he used any of it at all?
Well, they had the ice cream truck. I don't ever carry cash on me.
Oh, I don't either.
They had the ice cream truck and they really wanted ice cream. And I said, well, you have money. And he's like, will you pay me back? And I was like, that's fine. Because I
wouldn't have paid him back. I would have said no.
I had two of my daycare kids there.
Oh,
stuff like that.
Okay. So it's like everybody.
Yeah, but
ice cream for everybody.
We forgot about it. And so yesterday he was like, Mom, you haven't paid me back. And I was like,
oh, wow. So he's like, that's good though. That's good that he understands.
Yeah.
And he's keeping track.
Yeah, because he looked at his money and he could tell that there was less.
There you
and
go.
I'm like, welcome to the land of
See, and that's the problem we've got to overcome with Parker is like I'll give him 50 cents or something or $1 to whatever he's done. And he just like lays it on his dresser. Well, then the boys come over, they play. And then I go, so he has a piggy bank and a wallet. But he just like lays it there. So whenever I go in later to like pick up the room or whatever, I'm like, excuse me, why is there $1 on the floor? So then we have the whole, from now on, I need to just take it. It's like, okay, fine. If you don't value this enough to put it in your piggy bank or put it in your, like in a sock drawer or whatever, if you don't value this enough, then I'm going to take it back.
You should see Alex.
You know what I mean? Like, is he like that with his
money? No.
Like he's precious to him?
His money is.
See, I can't.
Important.
I don't know.
It's very important.
And it has been a while, like since we've usually, because I tell Parker, like, go put it in your piggy bank, so he'll do that. But if I don't like make a point to say something, who knows where it ends up.
Alex
and it makes me mad because I'm like,
in this little thing. If he gets coins, it's in the piggy bank.
And I forgot about this, but we try to teach him the lesson of how hard we work, and we're like, nothing in life is free. Like Dad and I work every day.
Talk to him about that too.
Well, and so it drives me crazy. This is just one of my irks. Whenever anybody touches the walls, I can't stand it. Okay, so especially kids because they're sticky and they've got dirt on their hands and all that stuff. Yeah, so he'll come through and like touch the wall, and I'm like, don't touch the wall. And so that's always been a thing in our house. Phil too. He's like, don't touch the wall. Don't bounce your balls against the wall and all that stuff. Yeah. And so anyways, so we've had that talk so many times about the wall and then about how we pay for this house. Like we do, we work and this isn't all for free, Well, I overheard the boys talking the other day whenever they were in Parker's room and I don't know what Alex did, but he goes, Alex, don't do that. He goes, then that's gonna leave a mark on the wall. And then he goes, my mom and dad work really hard for this house. And I was like, okay, Parker.
Hey, Ashley.
Oh my gosh. Is that a friend?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
She and I actually lived in South Carolina together.
Oh, wow. So does she still live in there? South Carolina?
No. Didn't you guys move to...
But she's not local?
No.
Oh, so she's watching.
North Carolina now? I could be wrong.
Well, hi, Ashley.
Yeah, she told me that she watches.
Well, cool. That's nice.
I told you.
Nationwide.
Share.
I know. I can't share it on my page, though, because I don't want anyone to see me.
I don't know why you won't do it.
I'm not doing it. I don't want anybody to see me. If they stumble upon it, it's like,
but you do realize that if I share it and if I tag you, it's going to show up on your page.
No, because I have to approve it before it shows up on my page.
Oh, you're one of those.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, I don't really know about that.
She said, my 4-year-old is convinced we just can move.
Oh, I didn't see that one above it.
Money from the bank. If we run out, we can go to the bank and get more. I'm like, no, bud.
Yes. You know what? My mom used to...
Alabama. They moved to Alabama? Where did I miss that?
My mom used to tell me about whenever we were... And I remember this whenever we were younger, checks were a thing. Our parents would always write checks.
And then when they used their debit card, they would write it in their checkbook.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I think my mom still does that.
My mom does too. I'm like,
she saves all of her receipts. I'm like, I don't have time for that. But we would all, I'm the youngest of 4 kids. And so we'd be at Walmart or something. And it's like, Mom, we want this candy bar. And she's like, no. And then she would tell us to shut us up. She would go, I'm sorry, I don't have the money. And we're like, just write a check. we didn't understand the
Just write a
concept, you know, so
check.
it was like, just
Just
write a check.
No
Like,
problem.
no big deal at all, you know. So it is funny, like, with seeing kids have the concept of money and everything. So, and I think when I give Parker the more manageable things that he can buy, he'll really get it whenever he gets up to that $35 mark or whatever. And then he's going to go, holy cow.
Alex
like,
is already past that.
I can, you know, but we'll see. He might want to get where Alex is and build it up. We'll see.
That
But
way
I'm
they
not going to
can-
remind him to do his chores.
That way they can like, look at how much money I have.
True. Yeah, and then it's
Like,
going to become a
whenever Alex was
competition.
like,
I don't know, gosh, then it's going to be a fight. Oh, goodness.
Maybe. Maybe. Alex gave him some of his Pokemon cards, and then Alex realized that he gave him some of his rares.
Uh-oh.
And he's like, Parker, I need those back. And Parker's like, but you have so much more. And he's like, my dad gave me those. And I was like, oh.
I know. I hear it all the time. I'm sure you hear it too. It's just like, it's not fair. He has the more of these. Or it's not fair. He gets to go to the zoo.
Yeah. I'm
or it's
like,
not
you guys
fair.
are a
And I'm
lot of
like,
fun.
Geez Louise.
They also, though, Alex has been trading things. Curtis and I are going to get a kick out of this last night. He came home with like a snake snap bracelet.
Okay.
And we were all laying in bed last night for bedtime. We have 7 people watching right now.
Hey, look at us. I'm like, oh my gosh, what a minute.
The one day I didn't put mascara on.
Maybe this is a good thing that the other camera, because I don't feel like it's as like good quality as the other one. So
and my hair's not this dark.
Yeah.
Also, I hardly brushed it. Anyway, that's fine. It's here nor there.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, but we were like, how'd you get that? And he's like, I traded it. And we were like,
oh, wow.
and we were like, and I said, what'd you trade? And he goes, that keychain. And I said, the keychain you just got like yesterday?
Uh-oh.
And I was like, yeah. And I'm like, but how'd you get that keychain? He's like, well, I gave Easton a marker, so he gave me his keychain. And then today, I traded my keychain to someone else. He's like, for the snake bracelet. And we were just like, we were both trying not to laugh. And we're like, okay. And Curtis is like, are you going to trade that? And he's like, no. And we're like, okay. And then he goes, well, maybe I'll trade with Parker, but only if he has something really special. And then we both started dying. Curtis is like, that's okay as long as you're trading up, buddy. You just gotta keep trading up.
That's exactly right. Parker, I feel bad, though, because I think he was trading something with a kid that's in a different class, and he saw him on the playground or whatever at recess. Parker had, I don't know if it was a Pokemon card. Maybe it was. I can't remember what he gave him. But he gave it to him on good faith. That the other kid, because he's like, oh, yeah, I don't have it with me. Or it was like, it's in my classroom, but it's not out here. But then Parker never got it. Parker never got what he's trading for. And I was like, okay, this is what we call a lesson learned.
You only trade with people in your class when you see the items.
And you could trade on the at recess on the playground, but make sure he's got it. Like, don't give it to him and then go, oh, yeah, just give it to me anytime. Because kids are kids and they forget, you know. Always assume positive intent. I don't think that other kid's trying to rip him off, but
her son is named TJ, and she says he saves his money too. Then he'll ask us for something, and we're like, nope, not this time, bud. And then he goes, I can buy it myself, and whips out his wallet with all the sass.
Wow. Oh gosh, that's what I don't need more sass in my life, so I don't need anything like
Alex
that from Parker.
Forgets,
but I can see that.
Alex always forgets though that he has money. But like he hasn't spent
well,
it.
But
on
it sounds
anything.
like he doesn't want to spend it.
No, he does.
Well, because you said you have money for the ice cream truck, and he goes, "Well, are you going to pay me back?"
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, you've got a lot of money. Just cough up $4.
I know.
Well,
don't get me wrong. He paid for all the kids because I didn't have any cash.
I know, but you paid him back.
Yes,
but I'm just saying.
And with like ice cream truck, you don't.
Okay, hold on.
Know.
Did you pay him back for all the other kids, but except him, or did you pay for his?
No, I have to go pull cash out today to give it to him because he reminded me.
But are you
going to
make him pay for his own, but then give him back all the money that you borrowed for all the other kids?
That's not a terrible idea.
I'd be like, hey,
feel kind of bad.
Well, this is where you need to do the 50-50. And you say 50% of this needs to be saved for something you really want. And then this other 50 can be used on ice cream truck, or if we go to the zoo, who knows what he's going to find there.
I feel like he, though, is the kid that's like, I don't want to spend this. I'll get something else later.
Of course.
He's very stuck on, like, he's going to, like, buy something big.
Like a house. Because him and Parker said they were going to save up the money and buy the house.
Alex is going to be a builder. I was like, you could be an architect, buddy.
Hey.
He's like, what's an architect? I'm like, well, they design houses and stuff. And he's like, he just always talked about how he's going to be a builder and how he's going to build himself a house.
Hey, don't forget about mama.
He's going to be in charge.
Be like, hey, honey, if you're rich. That's what I always tell Parker. I'm like, I want you to be rich so you can take care of us. That's a very lucrative career. But, they were talking about the house at, like,
Yeah, they were living in the house together.
Yeah. And Parker said, well, how much does this house cost? And I told him, and he was like, oh, no. I was like, you got some saving to do,
You
my
should have
friend.
seen Alex last night. They're in the car because we went to get haircuts.
Oh.
Gosh, their haircuts are the cutest.
Oh, Parker needs a haircut?
But
I sound like the kids. I'm like, that's not fair. Parker needs a haircut.
Oh, man, Parker needs one. But they were talking, and Alex starts talking about Kansas City, and they're like, we're in Kansas City, and we're both looking at each other like, what? And then Alex goes, $25, Kansas City Chiefs. And he's like, Mom, is it $25?
To go to a Chiefs game?
To go to a Chiefs game? And he goes, yeah. And Curtis goes, more like $150. And he goes, $150? And Curtis is like,
yeah, dude.
Yeah. And he's like, oh my. And then Aiden goes, oh my gosh. And we're just like,
speaking of, since Alex and Aiden are so close, I won't have this problem for a while because Lane is so little. But with them being close, how do you manage it? Do you give Aiden?
Aiden doesn't have any money, and he doesn't really care.
But if you started allowance, would you give Aiden?
I would probably do something for Aiden
because he's old enough. That he
he's
understands,
old enough to do some things.
He understands that brother's getting to spend money, and like I don't get to spend my money.
Yeah, but Aiden also probably could get paid in like candy.
Oh, of course.
Because he's only 4.
He is so funny. Gosh, that kid. He is so funny. His cute little voice. I just can't get enough of it. He literally is the cutest.
And then you have Andrew who just like pushes people over.
Hey, he's got to defend himself because he's the youngest.
He's literally like the same height as Aiden.
They are the same size pretty much, right? I mean,
like he's going to be out of 3T clothes and into 4T, and Aiden's still in 4T.
I know. He's going to be like bigger than Alex pretty soon, I feel like.
Like, he's going to be a
He probably weighs more than Alex. Maybe not weighs more.
No,
but
Alex still weighs more because Alex, I think, finally was pushing 50 pounds.
Okay. I think Parker's 55 or something.
Andrew was 37, and so was Aiden.
Wow.
So
I mean, they're right there.
35, something like that. But
that's crazy.
But they're like, he's like almost as tall as him.
But Aiden is such a good eater. I'm surprised he doesn't weigh more.
No, I hope everything's okay. I hope he's not like, I hope he's just small.
Oh, Aiden.
Which he doesn't really seem that small because when he was in his preschool class, I didn't see anyone like bigger than him. So
no, I feel like he's average.
Andrew just looks really big.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I'm like, are you okay?
Yep.
Because Andrew's
I think I've told you about my brother and his wife have 3 little boys. And it's the same thing. Like the middle one is like the scrawny one. And then the baby, I say the baby, but he's 5 now. But he's a linebacker. And he's like, I mean, like a bulldog kind of. And he just like surpasses
down them.
He has to defend himself.
He plows them down. Like they were on the trampoline.
Good for him though.
We were on the trampoline and they were playing and Alex was laughing. He wasn't crying. But Andrew was like, Alex was like, okay, try to push me down. And Andrew was straight up manhandling him and shoving him down.
I bet that's shocking for Alex and Aiden. They're like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Like, you're a baby. Where'd you come from?
He's not a little baby. But I need to figure out how to get him to sleep through the night because he's killing me.
Oh, yeah.
He's literally
killing me. You need to listen to this podcast because the podcast is talking about fighting the bedtime battle, which it's a lot easier said than done.
But the thing is, he goes to sleep fine.
But here's his philosophy is like, ignore.
Oh, see,
ignore.
I'm not that mom.
Ignore. And he even suggests putting a lock on the outside of the door. But he said at night, once they fall asleep, this was the bedtime one. At night when they do fall asleep, then you can unlock the door. So that just in case there's a fire thing or whatever.
That's not our problem, though. Our problem is in the middle of the night. 12:30, Andrew wakes up and he comes out of his crib now.
But I'm saying, I feel like this guy would say, put him back in his room and lock the door. And then whenever he goes to sleep, then you walk over there and like unlock the door and then you go back to bed.
I was thinking more of putting one of those like child-proof. Because none of the bedroom doors have locks. Only the master.
Correct. Yep. Ours
so I was
the same
thinking
way.
about putting one of those, like I have in the pantry, the little white thing.
Yes.
Because he can't open that.
True.
So I was thinking about putting one, but then I feel bad.
I know. I'm the same way. I can't do it.
He's 2.
Yep.
But the thing is, he climbed out of his crib, and I think this weekend we're going to put together his twin bed.
Good. Okay.
But the thing is that's going to be even easier for him to climb out
of.
Okay,
but why doesn't he just go ahead and sleep with the other boys?
I don't think he would.
I would put Alex on the top bunk and then put Aiden and Andrew on the bottom because it's like a queen on the bottom.
I could try it.
And I mean, I'm just saying, if they're sleeping together, maybe they might.
Then he wakes up the other 2.
I mean, that's true.
Which I think is what happened with Aiden.
I don't think that'd be a problem with Alex, though. Do you? I mean, like, I feel like he'd go back to sleep.
He'd probably be like, "Why are you crying?"
Right. Exactly. That's which Parker has said about Lane, because, you know, Lane's still in our room because he's obviously little. He's 3 months old today. Lane is 3 months old today. It's so sad.
Baby Lane.
But Parker goes, okay.
She said floor mattress, baby gate, baby monitor, and toys. See, I don't want him to have toys because if he gets toys, then he'll get really wired.
Whenever he can't sleep, she's saying.
Yeah, the thing is it's not that he can't sleep because he comes into my room and he wants to he has to be pretty much inside of me.
Yeah. See, but you gotta
his arms,
you gotta
his toes.
I know, but when's it gonna stop?
I don't know, but
that's where
I'm dying.
So
I'm literally dying.
That's where Phil is the best because Phil absolutely will not allow Parker to sleep in bed with us at all.
Good for Phil.
And that's how it's always been. Unless he's sick or unless there's like a thunderstorm and he's scared. Something like that. But any other, because he's tried it before, obviously for several years. Mm-hmm. He'll come in and he'll just like slowly sneak in between us. And Phil gets up and he just picks him up and he's like, nope. And he puts him back in his room.
Good for Phil.
Yeah. But see, Phil's not a good sleeper. So he like doesn't sleep anyway. So I feel like it's nothing for him to just like put him back. Mm-hmm. And then if Parker comes back, he puts him back. And if he comes back, he'll put him back.
We never wanted the kids with us, but we've been blessed with 3 miserable sleepers, like all 3 of them.
Yeah, that's awful.
And so, but Curtis is such a hard sleeper that it's never really bothered him very much.
See, that's what I am.
Because he sleeps so hard. But
I'm a heavy sleeper.
But then they like fold into me. But he made a comment like a month ago. He's like, by the way, I'm not proposing until Andrew's sleeping and through the night in his room.
Oh.
I was like,
done. That's when you need to get the lock. You're like, okay, we're taking Siri.
I'm like, that's not good because
it's going to be a while.
I don't know about that, buddy.
Maybe till he's 16. No, I'm kidding.
No, but this kid, he comes out of his room now.
Hold on, we might need to wrap it up because I don't know how.
What time do they get off?
1 today. It's a 1 o'clock day. Well, but with Parker not going, do you have a ride for Alex to school?
Yeah, I'll take him. He wanted me to take him anyway.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Because it's his last day, but I need to figure out about getting him from school because I guess I could take Raylan.
Oh,
because I only have Raylan.
Yeah,
I'm actually watching Micah for 2 hours this morning.
Oh, I love Micah. She's so cute. Oh my gosh, she's adorable.
I know, but I don't feel like my house is baby proof anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to watch her like a hawk.
Oh no. Well, I know
just what I need.
Oh, because she is little. I was thinking she was 2, but she's like a year and a half.
Yeah,
a year and a half or whatever. That's cute. I wanted to say last Friday, really quick, Phil and I went over to Time to Loaf and had breakfast, and it was amazing. And
do they have breakfast?
They had biscuits and gravy, and then they had a breakfast burrito, and I think you can get pastries, maybe.
They have a breakfast burrito.
Oh my gosh, we haven't tried the breakfast burrito yet.
Don't tell me that.
But we had a biscuits and gravy.
Are they still where they're at the senior center?
Yes, or that little Reese and Nichols building, whatever, right there at that intersection. In fact, I asked Phil what the name of those streets are. I've got to learn the name of the streets, but. Regardless, oh my gosh, it was so amazing. But when we were there, they're having an open house Friday, June 3rd, is they're having a little open house. But it was so cheap too, because like we both got biscuits and gravy, we both got drinks, and we may or may not have gotten chocolate chip cookies. But it was like $15, and we got all that stuff, and it was delicious. Anyways, I think they're open. This morning? I think they're open today. I think they're open on Fridays from 9 to 2.
Yeah, it's Friday.
So, anyways, I keep saying next Wednesday. Next Friday, they're doing the all day thing. So I think they're doing like 9 to 6. And so you can pop in over there and get food.
They have like chicken pot pies and stuff like that.
Yes. Yeah. At lunchtime. Yeah. So anyways, if you haven't been, we haven't been because I'm an introvert. I'm a homebody. I like to stay in my bubble.
But their desserts is what the coffee shop uses.
Yes. The cinnamon rolls and all that stuff. Oh, it's so delicious.
That cinnamon roll, man.
So I just wanted to mention that.
So good.
It's a girl told me one time it's sinful to eat this kind of food.
So good.
It's like, oh my gosh, the type that just like makes your mouth water and just melts.
Like our first individual counseling session because we met there.
Okay.
And I brought it home with me when we swapped, and I was
eating it's huge.
I was eating it with the flap open, and Alex didn't see, thankfully, but Aiden came over and Andrew, and they were like, I was like. here.
I'd be like, no,
like,
Mama ain't sharing this
hasn't had
one.
a cinnamon roll in so long, but sure.
Nope,
eat
Mama
it.
ain't sharing this one. Sorry, dude. You're gonna have to use your own money and go to the store and get
You
your
don't
own
use your own
cinnamon
money.
roll.
Go to the store. Get your own freaking cinnamon roll.
Mom ain't sharing.
Golly.
But okay, we're gonna
now
wrap
I
up
wanna go.
so we can. Happy last day of school for Rogersville, and we hope you guys have a good Memorial Day.
First
weekend.
graders.
I know. It doesn't seem
Before
possible.
you know, they're going to be going off to college.
I know.
Get married.
I'm like, if kindergarten went by this fast, then all the other years are probably going to go by just as fast. So,
And you know what's crazy is like back in December, I literally was like, this is going to go on forever. My life sucks. And now I'm like,
it's already May.
That was
like it's
6
next
months
week
ago?
is June. Like we're already going into June. It's crazy.
like we've already been back together for 2 months.
That doesn't seem possible at all.
I know, it doesn't.
Yeah. And it's
Almost
amazing
2
that you
months.
could hold a secret though.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You know me. I'm a
I'm the same-
sharer.
I'm the same
I'm a sharer.
way.
I like to
I'm the
talk.
same way.
I like to be honest. And that's why like people were like literally I had messages being like, why aren't you posting any funny
You're like, if I
divorce
open my
reels?
mouth, it's
I'm
gonna
like,
come out.
If I open my mouth, it's gonna come out. If
I'm
I
the
say
same way.
something, it's just gonna come right out.
I'm the same way. That's why I can't.
It
I
was
can't
so
say.
hard.
Yeah, I cannot keep a secret. So
Yeah.
maybe don't
Plus,
trust me with secrets.
I was still getting like guys would like watch my stories and like send hearts. And finally I was like,
So did you start replying like taken?
no, I wasn't replying at all. And
Yeah.
so whenever we shared, I was like, listen, because I'm not going to lie, I don't know if he's still on here. He probably hopped off because he's doing his Pokemon thing.
Mm-hmm.
He had a man message him on Facebook.
About what? To get together? Seriously?
Uh-huh.
Like attracted to him?
Uh-huh.
Oh my.
And as soon as Curtis said, no, I don't go that way. I told Curtis, I said, listen, I said, I don't care if it's like that, but like this is a little uncomfortable. So I kind of want you to like block him. And he goes to like look, and the guy had like deleted him, blocked him.
Oh geez.
Everything. Now, we both knew this person from school.
Oh, so it
But
wasn't
it
a
was
stranger.
like, no, but it was like the most like hasn't talked to him, seen him since high school.
Oh, that's
And
uncomfortable.
it was the most random, grotesque message.
Oh my.
Like right away.
Hey, well, it's a good thing that he ended up unfriending Curtis and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Curtis
that would
was
make
like-
for an awkward
But then Curtis was
conversation.
like, I wasn't mad. I just don't like that's.
You're
that's
like,
not how I
hey,
roll."
I'd
And
be like, hey, I'm really flattered, but
yeah. Well, he just said, hey, I'm sorry, like, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't go that way.
that ain't for me.
And then
You're barking up the wrong tree.
Then he just like deleted him, blocked. I think he removed the message that he had sent that was
oh my,
weird.
just embarrassed. He was just
yeah. And
embarrassed.
Curtis was like, I wasn't mad, and
Yeah.
I'm like, well, good riddance.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't.
I'm like, but either way, but
because they would always be, if they were friends, they would always be like awkward.
see, and they weren't friends.
But I mean, friends on Facebook.
Yeah,
and then you like saw each other's posts or whatever. It'd probably be awkward. So
Yeah.
it was just best that it was like,
But I was like, I'm uncomfortable.
I'd be like, hey, I'm really flattered, but no thanks.
I'm really uncomfortable right now.
Yeah.
With reading that. Thank you very
You're like, I knew
much.
guys were going to be messaging me. I didn't know guys were going to be messaging you.
He's gonna kill me. He probably isn't watching, and he probably won't watch the end, so we're fine.
Oh, good.
He's
Okay.
doing his.
Well, hopefully we'll have some good weather this
Pokemon.
weekend. I didn't even
We
look at the
are. It's gonna be
forecast.
beautiful.
Yes.
And all
Finally.
next week, except like 2
Hallelujah.
days, where it might be rain, but it's
Hallelujah.
still in the 80s.
Oh, that's
so we're
amazing.
good. I don't care.
I love it. Bring it on.
We've had like 5 to 7 people watching us this whole time.
Wow. We are on fire.
Woo!
Even after we had a sleepless night, both of us. And this is the
That's
morning
right,
that
because
we
it's
have.
real and raw.
That's exactly right.
It's real and raw.
They feel our
And
pain.
you know what I realized? On Fridays the whole summer, we don't have to end like directly at 8 because they don't have school on Fridays.
Okay, that's true. But Phil still has a job, and I still have a job.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, well, you have a job too. I
we
guess
can go over a couple minutes. Like
True.
we don't have to be like, oh,
That
crap.
is true. Like
It's
we are.
8.
Oh yeah, like we are right now. You have to get Alex to school. All right.
crap.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Have a wonderful weekend.
Have a wonderful weekend, guys. We'll see ya.